Let's just keep it a buck. All right.
And we're back with another episode of Keep It a Buck podcast. Episode 90.
Jeez, we on the way up there.
Episode 90, man. Yo, sheesh, man. 10 away from
10 away from a buck.
I don't, well, keep it
10
a
away
buck.
from a buck.
1000%, man. I'm sorry, we need to celebrate that. I understand.
We gonna find a way to.
People with this podcast stuff, we're
always
gonna get
say.
to introductions in a few. People with this podcast stuff, man, they die out after 10 episodes, after 20 episodes, after 50 episodes. I don't know how you solidified, but I feel like around 100, you know you're around somewhere. You consistent with it, man. So
that don't mean we gonna drop off after 100 neither. We gonna push the note. We got some stuff for
1000%.
baseball season. We got some stuff coming up. AU
New
season,
segments,
baseball season. We got some.
Yes, baseball season segments, new segments coming. We here. It's a lot more that we got going on right now in the world of Syndicate Nation. People,
and that's water that I'm drinking like that. I ain't drinking no.
People good. Let me explain this to people, man. We're not just a sports education as far as platform. Keep It a Buck is the sports education piece to a bigger picture. Syndicate Nation is a network. It's not just one thing. I understand we in the sports world heavily, but in the future, I want to explain that now because in the future, we have a lot of things that has nothing to do with sports. So I want to get y'all geared towards that. I mean, we did a couple things that wasn't geared to sports, and we dabbled in that. But this time going forward, this year, we have a couple things that's definitely not geared to sports. Sports might be sprinkled in there or something like that, maybe because we a bunch of sports lovers. But Syndicate Nation is a network.
Yes,
we're going to tell you right now, it's a network. That's why when people ask us, how do we find your podcast, we type in Keep It a Buck and everything else because it's not under Keep It a Buck. It's under Syndicate Nation. And this is how we do it, man. It's a network, baby.
And
much more to come.
We're a complete network. We definitely start with sports education, and the sports education tiers into different things that'll keep people happy. Sports is supposed to be a thing that keep you happy, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a thing that keeps you happy, teaches you discipline, and teaches you things about life. It's not supposed to be an end-all, be-all of life, and that's what we're trying to show people. Use the sports to make your life more happy, and don't just use it as a thing to try to save your life. All right, to try to save you from your position. You got to do the work in a lot of other aspects to try to save your life. Just trying to go and be an athlete per se to try to make millions or something. It's definitely possible, but you have to look at percentages, and then you also percentages of it happening, and then you have to look at your body type, your family, what your family's height used to be and stuff. There's so much stuff that goes into it, and you can try as hard as you want and then still not make it. That's why there's a certain percentage of people that do. So definitely just we're more than a sports education podcast. We're a sports education podcast that leads into other things. We definitely do, because sports is just a tool to keep your life happy. There's more to life than sports. I know my boy Eric Robinson might not say there's not. And me and him talk about this all the time. He always says, and he says it with good merit though. He says it's tough to tell me that there's more to life than sports, because sports have brought his family good things and kept his family and kept people in our communities and brought people in our communities good things and kept them out of trouble and stuff and instilled discipline. So it's tough to see outside of that, but there is a little bit more to life than sports. And again, this is all opinion. I'm not telling anybody which way to think. This is just my opinion. All right, shout outs for the day. Oh, we got intros. We didn't do intros yet.
We just went on a little rant.
My fault. It's episode 90, man. We 10 away from 100, man. My
fault. That's what I'm saying. It's nothing to take slight in for what we have created here. So I just wanted to, I know we didn't reach 100. I got a little too hyped, but we will make 100. Guaranteed we will make that. That's
intro.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
This your boy Coop, man. You can follow me at Coop_1988 on most platforms.
It's your boy Keeks. You can follow me at GSFK860. That's free training for the kids in the community. So make sure y'all follow. Again, we appreciate everybody who likes, shares, and subscribes, and please continue to do so. We'll start out with shout-outs. My first shout-out for the day, I don't think we've done this in the last couple times, but we always got to say this. First and foremost, shout out the Bank at 12. Shout out Mike and Lardez for allowing us to use the space, and we appreciate it. If you guys ever want to come down and get a drink, the Bank at 12 has the best drinks. The Bank at 12 has the best music, and they have the best people to socialize with as well. Please come and check the place out.
We just popped up because I don't go out. You know me, I don't go out. We popped out, a couple weeks ago to try to test some things out for the episode. Came in, they had the R&B going, just chilling, good vibes. The game's going.
Yeah, Wings in here.
Wings, yeah. So shout out. I think they
shout
do
out
it every
Weezy.
Monday.
Yep, shout out Weezy.
Yeah, they do it every Monday. Shout out to the guys, and it was a great environment, man. Low key, grab you a drink, watch you a game, socialize with the people, man. Shout out to the Big at 12 for supporting us and doing this venture, man. So big ups to them.
Appreciate y'all. Want to say again, shout out to all high school basketball players, all middle school basketball players, college basketball players that we've been around to see, and we've been around during this basketball season. You guys have been fun to watch, and to watch you guys grow throughout the season it's been fun to watch, and it's been like fulfilling to watch. So just a quick story for a shout out. Brev from St. Bernard's, shout him out real quick. Big shout out to him. I went to a game. It was St. Bernard's versus Griswold. St. Bernard's and Griswold had a back and forth game. Brev ended up getting a tech during that game, and I ended up posting and seeing like if people thought that it was a tech, and like some people didn't. And Brev went and commented on it and said, "Yeah, nah, I definitely deserve that tech." And I replied, I said, it's good that you showed the accountability to be like, yo, I deserve that. I did this wrong. And sometimes you got to see it from a camera point of view, somebody else's point of view, to be like, all right, I'll dial this down and I'll learn better from next time. But he took the accountability. And fast forward, I go to the game, St. Bernard's versus Killingly. He is mature the whole game. Like, you can tell there's certain times where he wanted to get frustrated, but he's taking deep breaths and he's cooling out, and he just showed a lot of maturity and a lot of growth from one game to another that I've just been at. And I just want to say I'm proud of you, bro. That shows a lot, and a little bit of growth. A little bit of growth very often, that's going to put you in a really good place, and you can never overlook the importance of being solid on a basketball court, being able to be a second coach, being able to calm your other teammates down and not having to have somebody calm you down. Great job on your leadership, bro, and great job on your growth in a short span of time, for real. Shout out Brev from St. Bernard's. Any shout outs, Coop?
Nah, I ain't got no shout outs.
All right. Today. Let's get into the episode for the day. We're going to go back with our Keep It a Buck question. Our Keep It a Buck question is going to be centered around KD, not Chris Dunn. This is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's leaked tweets. All right, he has a burner account that's been leaked. It's been going all over Google, all over everywhere. There's been people, sports people that he's been beefing with and stuff, sports podcasters. Our question for our Keep It a Buck section is, would you want a teammate like KD? Or would you want KD as a teammate? That's going to be our Keep It a Buck question. And Coop is going to read off some of the tweets and some of the group messages.
He was saying stuff like Steve Kerr getting punched by MJ is the reason why he don't like dark-skinned people. Stuff like he missed Ben Simmons because at least he passes him the ball. He said Kyrie is acting goody-goody with the European, thinking that he was going to play honest basketball with him. It's a lot of he talked about our boy Steph Curry.
Yes, definitely.
So whereas if you don't set a screen or give up shots to give to Curry, then you will be waived. He said he also said Kyrie acts like people shitted in his cereal. He don't know why he treats him like that. It's a lot that goes into this. He says when the Suns lost, it was KD's team. When they won, it was Booker's team. He was on one. And it was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, some couple of stuff that we're not gonna put on the podcast. Some very sensitive stuff that was on the that we're not gonna speak about.
no.
But KD was on one. But this is not the first, and it most likely won't be the last time.
No, this is gonna happen.
KD has had a burner account since the word was manufactured.
This isn't his first leaked burner account.
Yo. And he's not gonna give it up. I'm sorry.
You know,
I'm sorry.
he gonna keep doing it.
What do you think KD needs these burner accounts for?
First, would you want KD as a teammate?
He's
He's
here's my
talented.
premises.
He's talented.
Here's my premises.
He's the probably the best scorer of our era.
Here's my premises with that. If he's saying this stuff to the player's face, and then it goes out, and he's doing the burner account, it's not doing like press conferences. If he said that to my face, I gotta respect it. What am I supposed to say? Oh yeah, he ain't saying it to. If he's saying it to my face, then it's got to be respected. If he's doing it behind my back and doing all this, I don't want to say what it is.
It's a yes or no question. Would you want KD?
That's what I'm saying.
As a
If he's
teammate?
saying it to my face, yes, I still want him as a teammate. If he's doing this behind my back and I'm doing this burners account, no.
But what if he's doing both? Because we don't know if he's
doing
saying it
both,
to
then
their
yeah,
face.
so-
Because
okay.
I'm assuming like you gotta speak to somebody on it first.
Yeah.
Like be like try to talk to him, and if they don't receive it, then he goes to the burner account.
But
I would hope at
He was
least.
talking about Jabari Parker saying he can't buy a bucket. And he can't stop
That
nobody
wasn't
from lick.
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith. Yeah, I said Jabari Parker is retired now. Jabari Smith was singing his praises earlier this year, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That's fucked up. Yo.
Oh man,
But if he's saying it to my face, I gotta respect it. Yes. I can only say if it's being said to my face, if we're going with the stance of him saying it to my face, I would say yeah. You saying it to my face.
even with the burner accounts too.
Yeah, why not?
All right, I'm gonna take an opposite stance. I would not want Kevin Durant as a teammate. I would not. And the reason why I would not want Kevin Durant as a teammate is because every time something happens, it's somebody else's fault. Even when he wins, it's still a bad thing. He wins, he gets ridiculed by other people. He's not getting ridiculed by Steph Curry and his teammates. His teammates aren't calling him ass. His teammates aren't sitting there saying, we won you a ring. You have outside people saying that, so now he's having responses to those outside people that are not in his organization, right? So, and my thing about it, if I'm Steph Curry, how can I catch shade? How can I catch shade from Kevin Durant if I'm Steph Curry? Because he said that Steph Curry, if people don't set screens for him, then you're shipped out of there.
And you feel like they talk about Kuminga.
So you and that's what I was gonna say. You, in my
Kuminga.
opinion, Kevin Durant has to be talking about Kuminga because it couldn't be Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant was freaking getting buckets while he was at freaking Golden State. That's why everybody is saying, oh, Kevin Durant, or like not everybody, but there's people saying that it was Kevin Durant. See, like Kevin Durant won them a championship.
Yes.
There are people saying that. So yeah, I can agree with that. But at the same time, KD, I wouldn't want him as a teammate. I really wouldn't. It's always somebody else's fault. He said he would rather Ben Simmons as a point guard, right?
Because he passed him the ball.
Because he passed him the ball. It sounds like he just want to get buckets. It don't sound like he really wants to win. He sounds like he wants to get buckets, and then if he wants to win, it has to be on his. It has to be through him getting all the buckets that he wants. Because you're gonna say if Steph Curry's running around, Steph Curry has to set it. You have to set a screen for Steph Curry. You're gonna get shipped out when you were the leading scorer for them, and Steph Curry was happy for you. Steph Curry was happy for you and cheering you on. Kevin Durant was shooting threes. Steph Curry was sitting there clicking his feet together and stuff. Like, dog, what do you want from Steph? And then another one of the people that he criticized, the only other point guard to bring him to a championship, or not bring him to a championship, but go to a championship with him. The only other point guard, Westbrook.
Oh yeah, he said the light-skinned dude and
he called Westbrook.
And the triple double cocaine bear.
He called Westbrook the triple double cocaine bear, dog. So
My bad,
again, you I think that is a pretty funny name. But at the same time, yo, Kevin Durant is bashing the 2 point guards that he went to championships with.
He
One
just feel like,
one
he just feel
championship
like
with
those two
him.
was competing with him. I don't see why he's saying Steph.
And
though.
so, but at
I
the
can see
same time,
Russ.
it looks like those competitions helped you get to where you were at.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody else freaking. It's like, okay, anybody else is just giving you the ball. They're doing that now. They're doing that on the Rockets. They're just giving you the ball. And
See, how's that working out for you?
how's that just working out?
And
You
it's
say
about
you
to go
need
some shit.
you say you need somebody to score.
He said
So
that.
those are people that score. And then again, you said you don't like James Harden. Cool, James Harden.
No, he said he misses James Harden. He said he
misses
understands
James Harden,
He's
but
a little- yeah.
but he was one of the three. James Harden was one of the
Yeah.
three because he talked about the beard person. He said something about he called James Harden the bearded something. So it was James Harden, it was Steph
Yeah, he
Curry,
talked
and
about
it was
James
Westbrook.
Harden. Yeah.
So he said
Westbrook
two
is-
different things
yeah,
about James Harden.
Jabari. Yeah, so he
So
he
and
talked
that's
about
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying. So
people.
he said a good thing about
He
James
said
Harden.
Sengun. He talked about Sengun.
Talked
also.
about Sengun, and so again, he said a good thing about Westbrook, but he all not about James Harden, but he also said a bad thing about James Harden as well. So it's just like, what is like,
Yeah.
what's the actual sentiment on James Harden with you? Was he good for you or was he wasn't? And then Sengun, I can honestly see around Sengun. I'm not even gonna. I'm sorry, bro. I see Sengun. I see why he talks about Sengun like that. He don't play no damn defense. Like that's just
Bad.
that's just bad.
I
bro.
seen the tape. I
That
seen
shit's
some of
bad, bro. It's like Luka. It's just like Luka. Sengun defense.
But
Luka
you're not putting up
defense.
Luka numbers, so you yeah.
And I feel that.
Yeah,
But
you're
at
not
the same
putting up
time,
no
I
damn
still
Luka
don't think
numbers.
anybody's good enough or puts up enough numbers in anywhere to not play defense and want to win a championship at least.
Yeah.
If you want to put up numbers and
He wanna be the
don't
reason.
care about winning a championship, then cool. But if you want to put up numbers and win a championship, you got to play defense.
You had the perfect place where you could just play ball at.
Yep.
And then once you heard the noise of saying those are still that Steph, he thought he could take over that team or be co-pilots with a Steph Curry where you can't compete with him. I'm sorry, you can't compete with Steph Curry on the Golden State Warriors. You cannot. You cannot compete with him. So he tried to get it elsewhere, and you just can't find it. Now it's, I need somebody to go get a bucket. Now it's, you know what I'm saying? That you left a team that could go get a bucket. You left the team to go get a bucket.
Yep.
And it, look where it got you. 3 other teams afterwards.
Mm-hmm. The one team that he had a
Have we
chance with
ever seen a superstar move? Because he's a superstar.
move this much.
Move this much. And this is not even at the, well,
I
right
feel
now
like
he's at the tail end.
I feel like he's moved low-key just as many times. He's close to as many times as LeBron's moved. LeBron went from Cleveland to Miami,
Back to Cleveland.
back to
LA.
Cleveland, and then to LA. That's 4 moves. That's
We can't
4.
count the Cleveland one. I
Why
feel like-
not? Because
I
he
feel like
went
you can't
back.
count
He
the
still
Cleveland one.
left.
I don't feel like you can't count the Cleveland one.
He
went
still
back
left.
over.
KD.
And it was on
K-
a mission thing, and he
KD
succeeded.
went from OKC to the Warriors to the Nets
to the Nets,
to Phoenix
to
Houston. He has one more move than LeBron. Yeah, and just because it's different franchises doesn't make it a difference. LeBron's still moving to get where he wants. He came back to Cleveland when Kyrie was there.
He
Came back with a purpose.
Came back with a purpose, but Kyrie was still losing before then.
First of all, let's get one thing straight.
Yes, he was. Did you see the losing season?
I know it was a losing
Oh, okay,
season.
yeah.
But don't act like LeBron was about to just go sit here and win it with anybody. Kyrie was a major part to that championship.
1000%.
That's what
I'm
saying.
not saying that. I'm just saying where he went. Every time he went back somewhere, he won.
Yeah.
Or every time he went somewhere, he won.
Yes.
This dude is not even making it to finals.
So that's why I say it. That's why I say I wouldn't want him as a teammate because it's either we win the way you want to win or it's F everything. Because the way, they won. They low-key won the way they wanted, the way he wanted to win when he was with the Warriors and he still wasn't happy. He was their leading scorer. But you still got to
Because
say
it was
if you don't set a screen
get
for
the-
Steph,
he didn't get the
bro,
love.
other people need the ball.
He didn't.
You want people to just let there and go. You want people to just let you sit there and just go shoot and score 80 while you're shooting a bunch of mid ranges, and you have 2 3-point marksmen on the outside. That doesn't make sense, Kevin Durant. It doesn't. You can't just come down here and just be like, all right, bet, I want these two of the three greatest 3-point shooters ever to just let me walk up the court and just score and just let me do me. That doesn't make sense.
I got a question for you.
And it does. How does that help a team to not give your 3-point shooters the ball?
It doesn't.
Like, dog, and
marksman at that.
Dog.
The greatest, probably top. They both are top 5.
And they won a championship before you got there.
They top 5.
So it's not like they didn't know how to win one. Before and after.
Yeah.
With that 3.
How do you feel about him having a burner?
I mean, I feel like a lot of people have burners. I feel like a lot of...
You ever had a burner?
No.
Okay.
I'm not a celebrity.
Okay.
I'm not a celebrity.
You feel like on that level...
Yeah, I feel like a lot of celebrities have burners to be able to get their shit off. But in my opinion, the Kevin Durant thing is just... It's tough for me to be like, I would want him in my locker room, bro, or like, and to be in the same locker room as him, because just like every time somebody mess up, it's gonna be somebody else's fault. Like, yeah, everybody messes up, so you never mess up. It's never your fault.
Okay, this is a great segue to talk about the second half of the NBA season, because Houston Rockets are still ranked number 4 in regards to that.
Houston Rockets are ranked number 4, but everybody's ass on his team. How? How? How is everybody ass on your team, but you're ranked number 4? And like, dog, that doesn't make sense, because you were on a Phoenix.
CP3 is not it.
You were on a Phoenix team last year.
Because I was wondering why they don't pick up CP3 if they need a point guard. But I'm pretty sure since he said that, as I feel like he the one that signed off and said, "Yo, don't bring CP3 in."
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, he said CP3 not it. I don't see why not.
I don't know why. All he gonna do is give you the ball. Yeah. But honestly, I know what it is. Chris Paul wants to run the show. Chris Paul gonna want you to do what he wants you to do. Chris Paul's a basketball mind.
Yeah.
So in his mind, the point guard runs the offense. So if Chris Paul tell you like, not only run down and then come up, KD's like, no, just give me the ball now. That's where their collide's gonna be. Chris Paul's going to want to run the offense. Kevin Durant's like, no, I don't need somebody to run the offense. I need somebody to give me the ball where I want it. Chris Paul's going to be like, no, I'm going to tell you where you want the ball, or like a good spot to give you the ball while it meshes with the other people. And I think that's where their collide would be.
By the way, since we talk about Chris Paul right now, shout out to Chris Paul. He just announced his retirement a couple days ago.
Shout out Chris
He
Paul.
sent out a letter saying, saying he loved the game. He glad everything that it taught him. So shout out to Chris Paul on his retirement.
Shout out CP3.
What would you rank CP3 as a point guard?
All time?
All time.
It's maybe top 10. Somewhere top 10.
That's what I was thinking.
I say
top 15, top 10.
But then it's tough. But then it's tough on like what you base it on, because you have his longevity and his production for that longevity that like keeps him in certain statures, but you have somebody like D Rose that had such a short span, but he was a MVP.
You putting D Rose over CP3?
Bro, people will put D Rose over mad people, but like
I'm not putting D Rose over CP3.
Bro, D Rose, that's tough.
I think people talk about moments rather than what he's done. I'm not saying that D Rose is such a short span of time. Talk about what if with D Rose.
But like Chris Paul's,
he's the youngest MVP.
But Chris Paul's have just been stats though. They haven't like converted to championships or like full on like complete wins.
But longevity and skill level. I don't think. I
mean, if Derrick Rose would have stayed healthy, and I know it's an if, but at the same time, if Derrick Rose was healthy, he would have did just like that. I think that's my thing about it. It's not like Chris Paul won a championship. Winning a championship is a different thing.
Yes.
But if you're just putting up those stats, it's tough to be like, all right, Derrick Rose wouldn't have done the same thing. Granted, health, and I
think he was killing when he was with the Clippers. They stopped him from probably getting the ring, possibly from not letting him join up with Kobe. So these are some of the things that stopped his legacy too.
I'll give you that. I'll give you they stopped his legacy with not letting him go with Kobe, because I completely agree on that. They messed up Kobe's legacy with that too. I'll say that.
So I can't. Me personally, I can't put Rose.
D Rose or Chris Paul, y'all. What y'all think? D Rose or Chris Paul for all-time point guards? Like who's the better point guard? D Rose or Chris Paul?
In the chat.
What matters more? short-term success or the longevity and the stats. And also because Chris Paul, it's not like he's just been like putting up meaningless stats. When Chris Paul goes to an organization, it changes. It does change, and it gets better. He took that OKC team when Shea was very young to the playoffs, bro, and nobody's talking about that, bro. He was one of Shea's mentors too.
Yeah.
And Shea talks about it
a lot. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like he doesn't get the respect he needed because how he wants people to play.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you to be held accountable for your act. He wants what player doesn't. I respect people who want you to be held accountable for what you're doing. Maybe his words is not the best, but some people you got to see through these words sometimes. I understand we all made the NBA, but yes, there's levels still in the NBA. You need to step up your game, and I felt like Chris Paul wanted everybody to step up their level of game. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Chris Paul. I pick Chris Paul. You pick D Rose. I pick Chris Paul.
Ooh, I can't. Ooh. I'm gonna pick. I can't.
We went
Honestly,
on.
I'm not gonna pick. I'm gonna pick D Rose because Chris Paul's still a what if. Chris Paul didn't win a championship, so I'm still gonna stand on the standpoint as D Rose would have put up stats too. So
We got a little further away from the question
we need to go to
second half. But All-Star game. Let's go to the All-Star game first.
All-Star game.
I feel like it was dope.
How'd you like the format, Coop? Can you go over the format for the public, please?
The format is 3 different teams. You have your internationals, which are Giannis's, which didn't play. You have your Jokic. You have your Wemby. Shouts out to Wemby, but we could finish that later.
Luka, and Giannis all didn't play.
No, they did. Luka
and Jokic played?
Yes.
I didn't even see them get their playing time.
Because they played about 3 minutes.
I was about to say, I watched the game. I didn't even see them.
They barely played.
That shows, and that goes to Kevin Durant's point.
1,000%. A lot of people said that in regards if you didn't hear about KD's comments, he said that Jokic and Luka don't care about
the
basketball.
All-Star game.
Basketball
period. But they don't care about the All-Star game. It's tough to say that we need to fix the All-Star game if you have people playing in the All-Star game that don't care about the All-Star game.
Quote unquote, two of your top 5 players in the league right now that does not give a shit about the All-Star game. So you have the international, and then you have the stars. Stars are your young dudes, Cade, Durant, and those type of players. And then you have your stripes, who's your old heads. We're gonna call them the old heads. Your LeBrons, your KDs. We're
gonna call them the Unks.
The Unks, the Unks. The format was round robin, 3 rounds, and then the championship round was gonna be the 4th quarter. The first game was the World versus the Stars. That shit was fire. You could tell from the rip. A lot of people were saying like Wemby's going to come out and
firing.
When I tell you the first thing was him going down to the post and dunked on I forgot who I want to say Cade. Like straight up I forgot who he dunked on. Like straight just turned around and dunked. You could tell by that nature right there what type of time he was on. And that just by the sentiments of international players feeling like they're better than the United States, you could tell by his demeanor changed the whole thing. And Ant said it. He was like, yo, Wemby set the tone. He over here blocking people's stuff. It went to overtime. The first game went to overtime. They said the first to 5. They was playing like 5v5 out there, baby. It was defense like, it wasn't crazy defense to where it's lock up, but you seen the effort. You seen something. You see like, I'm not going to let you get this bucket. It's not going to be easy. And that's all people was asking for. So the first game went to the Stars. Second game was the Stars versus the Stripes versus International, which was a great game too. Also, no, it wasn't. It was the Stars. No, it was the World versus the Stripes.
Internationals. The world versus the
Stripes.
The world versus the old heads.
Yeah, the old heads because they had to play 3 straight games. No.
It was. The first game was the Stars versus the World, and the second game was the Stripes versus the World. The third game...
No, the third game was the World versus the Stripes. Because the second game was the Youngins versus the Old Heads.
Okay.
It was a good game. My man Ant was like, it came down to whereas we was... I say we because, my man Cunningham was all the young guns, where they was down by 2. My man Ant got the steal, or somebody got the steal. Ant came down there, drilled the three. It was like what, 13 seconds left or something like that. Or there was some seconds left. They came back, and who hit the three for them? What's the homeboy from San Antonio? De'Aaron Fox. Hit
the game-winning three.
Did a shot fake, moved to the right a little bit, shot the three, bang. But that game was good. That game came down to the wire. Each game came down to the wire, which was good. Each team was actually trying to play. I knew coming into the game, Wemby was going to be trying to be dominant. The third game, because that's how I remember now, because Kawhi Leonard was on. That's when Kawhi Leonard was on.
Kawhi
was on. The third game, the international versus the international. No, it wasn't the international ones. It was the old heads. Wait, what's the third game? Why am I keep forgetting the third game? No, it was the international versus the old heads. It was that.
I know.
Yeah,
I remember.
Kawhi went nuts.
He went dumb.
He went on like, yo, get out the way type, like Cyborg. I see why they call him Cyborg, man, because he was like
Kawhi was going crazy.
Playing defense. That's where it all started at, playing defense. Now, the fourth quarter of the championship, the old heads versus the young guns.
The
young
fourth
guns
game, right? Yeah.
Beat the shit out of them. Now,
why?
Here's my
why. How do you like the format?
I love the format. But I would have let the old heads go first.
So they could get a in between?
Yeah, that was like, they had to play 3 rounds basically straight.
In a row.
They had to play 3 rounds straight.
I feel that. And the young guns got to rest.
They got to rest.
I feel that.
The young guns should have had to technically probably play 3 times in a row.
Okay.
Leave it up to, I would say, international. Play first 2 games. Yeah. I feel like, I feel like where the old heads could have had the first game and the third game, and then they make the championships the championship game.
I feel like they have enough. I feel like if they have enough available on their roster, like they were supposed to, like the Stephs and all that.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes it a little bit different. I feel like it makes it less tiresome. Like JT wasn't available, Jason Tatum wasn't available, Steph's not available.
Well, Giannis wasn't available.
But also too, it makes it less tiring for them too.
Because Giannis don't play around when it comes to All-Star game either.
And
so Wemby and Giannis being on the same team would have been something dangerous.
Yes, it would. Yeah, Wemby and Giannis, that's something to see.
I wanted, and I put it in our group chat, I wanted the world to win.
I know.
Not win the championship, but I wanted them to go against the Young Guns again.
And just to let y'all know, I put in the group chat, cool. It's us versus us. What else do you want, Coop?
Cause I feel like we got the product that it turned out to be. The Young Guns beat the shit out of the old heads.
I mean, but that's in my opinion,
fatigue.
That's fatigue. That's their 4th game in a day.
Yeah, that was like that was tired.
That's their 3rd game in a day.
Bengay. That's what I said. They needed that some of that Bengay on they. You know what I'm saying?
They got them OS tired. It's all good. They got the unks tired.
But like I like that. If they and I guarantee you next year, international going. If they keep the same structure, I feel like international got something to say, because they don't like that.
What?
That they lost both games? They didn't win no games.
They don't care.
You think so? I think Wemby's care. I think Giannis cares.
Wemby and Giannis care, but Jokic. If Jokic and Luka cared, they played 3 minutes. If they wanted to play and they cared, they would have played.
No, I'm saying when transpired now. Like, damn.
No, because if they wanted to play, they would have played.
You're talking about two people that don't care.
Okay. You talking about them specifically. Hold on.
Back to, So with Jokic and Luka, we both know they don't care. When Jokic won the championship, he was ready to go back to see his horses. He didn't give a damn. He was like, look, man, win this parade so I can get up out of here.
Gotta go get that money.
Straight to the red eye jet to get back to the. He was more happy about his horse winning over the summer than any championship that I've seen before. So, but I think actually with the international, they're going to care next time. And I think Shea's going to care next time. Shea didn't play because his injury. I think Shea going to care. You don't think Shea would care?
That's Mr. Nonchalant, Mr. whose team said that things ain't that big because they've already won a championship. They've already played on the biggest stage. Do you really think that?
I think he's going to care.
I don't.
I think he's going to care.
I think people
care about.
I think his play style is not one to not care anyways. Like
Okay.
Luka and Jokic, they have like a play style that makes you play at their pace.
Okay. Question.
And he doesn't.
This is a great.
SGA has a fast-paced team already. I feel like if he slows down, it's going to only hurt his own pace.
So this is a great way to introduce this topic. Should the All-Star Weekend introduce the 1v1 like the women's over this weekend? WNBA. Oh, not even the WNBA. The Unrivaled.
They don't want that smoke. They don't want that. The NBA wouldn't do that, or I don't think the NBA would do that because that would put some of their greatest stars on front. Because these dudes are really like, these dudes in the NBA, it's different than the WNBA a little bit. Like WNBA, there's obviously more levels, but once you get to like higher level, more athleticism, all these dudes are tough. Like, yo, LeBron or somebody would get killed by a motherfucker that just walked in the league. So it wouldn't be a thing. For the WNBA and for Unrivaled, it worked because it gave Chelsea Gray.
Shout out to Chelsea Gray.
Shout out to Chelsea Gray. It gave Chelsea Gray an opportunity to be like going head to head with Paige and get Paige's viewers. That's what it was. It was to get like Paige. It wasn't just to get Paige's viewers, but like that's what it initially did. That following's like, oh well, Paige got her ass bust by this girl, so like, who is this girl? So then now they gave her a better opportunity, in my opinion, than the WNBA's been giving Chelsea Gray. So shout out Unrivaled for having a great marketing plan, having a great freaking marketing and
she beat the
business
Feezer too. Don't skip that either. She beat the Feezer.
That's even better. Two of the biggest names in the WNBA. Nafisa was a MVP and freaking former champ, and then
she was smoking people.
But and that's Chelsea. But also Chelsea Gray's not one to sit here and talk and like be like very marketable. So if she beats the people that are marketable, it makes her marketable. Can
we talk about it? Cause
great job on Unrivaled on our marketing. Shout out Jordan Grant too. Shout out Jordan Grant for being down there. I saw him working out with Teaspoon. So shout out Jordan, and also shout out Keith Porter. I heard he was down there too. So
shout out, man.
Shout out both of y'all, man.
Let's talk about it, man. Because we all know our champion Paige is being one of the best players in right now as she going into her second year as one of the best, probably going to be one of the up-and-comer stars, all-stars of the WNBA. She got cooked. And the actions afterwards, she was tight. Do you excuse her actions? Or do you...
What type of mad? I didn't see the after effect. What type of mad was she?
She stormed off, started flipping shit.
Was she mad at the refs? Was she mad at herself? Was she hating? Like, there's a difference between being mad. You could be frustrated with yourself.
I think it was just the competitive spirit, just saying, "Damn, I was like, I could see."
I got my ass.
And then they lost on a free throw,
and
she lost on the free throw, so she was mad at the call.
She missed the free throw, or like
the
call that got
Chelsea
made?
Gray. She got called a foul on Chelsea Gray, and she didn't. She didn't agree with the foul. So she was tight, and then I'm hearing that somebody had to go tell her to go congratulate Chelsea Gray. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that competitive spirit, man, takes over sometimes. And a quick loss like that, it sometimes is better to rush yourself out so people don't see your initial reaction. So I'm with Paige on that. And did she go out and congratulate her after?
But they say
If she did, then that's respectable. Then she did what she had to do. But like sometimes, dog, to tell somebody to bottle up their emotions and frustration at that immediate second, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Especially in sports where referees make calls and the call's not always agreed with, and there's always different sides and different angles. The referee at a different angle can make a completely different call. So it's tough.
So my question to you would be, because she is shown love. Like Paige is a beloved person in all walks of the WNBA right now. Would they still give a person like, i.e., Angel Reese grace like that if she just stormed off and did what Paige did?
I would.
No, I'm saying like we just talk about the landscape of sports.
No, not at all. They would say that she has bad sportsmanship. They would say that she's not a class act. They would just bash her about it. But I mean, that's what we know about.
Not saying that, like I said, I love Paige, but also, you know what I'm saying, I would like to see somebody who's the ambassador of the WNBA right now to put themselves on that, since she's quote unquote labeled as the GOAT already, and she's been in the league going into her 3rd year. I would love to see her up there, i.e. Cece, i.e.
I heard they was talking about getting her up there. I hope they do. And also that 1v1 space. That 1v1 space is not a space for Caitlin Clark. No.
Shoot, you see how Paige got cooked?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That 1v1 space is not a. That shit is not a space.
Paige got cooked.
Because you got to think about like this too.
Paige, shout out to Paige.
Chelsea Gray got that weight on her.
Yeah.
Chelsea Gray got that weight on her, and she could move and got handle and got a jump shot on her too. So if you can do everything I can do, but you got weight on me, you win. Especially in a 1v1. You win. But if we have teammates on the court, I can pass fake now. I can go off screens. I can find mismatches. There's no mismatches in a 1v1. Like you're gonna have to see me.
You're gonna have to see
and if
me.
we
You
have
ain't got
all
no
the
help,
same,
no nothing.
like if we are all the same skills, which Chelsea Gray and Paige pretty much do, and Chelsea Gray is just heavier, it's tough. It's tough for Paige.
Paige to get back, man. Love you, Paige. You know, Paige for president. Angel Reese for vice president. Yeah.
You see what you're doing.
What happened?
You see what you're doing.
Those are two of my favorite players right now.
You the one who was talking about what if it was Angel Reese and you just automatically put the Black Queen at vice president. That's what they do.
Nah, don't do that to y'all. Don't do that to me.
Okay,
I
cool.
feel like no. When I say Paige,
cool.
Here's why I say Paige for president, because her skill level supersedes a lot of players.
So Angel Reese has been shattering records ever since she
as
got
far
in
as the
WNBA.
rebound and stuff like that. Don't get it.
I
I'm the one that's been champion.
I hate when people diminish that though.
I've been champion. I'm not diminishing Angel Reese.
It's like people diminishing defense.
Okay,
in my opinion.
You're right.
I hate when people do that though.
Here's what I say. I'm the first one that been calling on Angel Reese in the respect she should be given. Let's not do this. I was.
You fell off the Angel Reese boat.
I said I want her to get better offensively.
You fell off the Angel Reese boat.
I did. I got back on,
right
man.
After you was talking
but
junk,
I
she
get
started
on
getting
everybody.
20.
Look, I just got on Paige. I say, yo, you can't.
20.
I don't agree with what she did.
Walking off?
Yeah.
What was she supposed to do?
Congratulate and walk off. I feel like as far as
After a
sportsmanship,
call you don't agree with, and you probably want to punch the ref in they shit.
No, but as far as their opponent though, the opponent can't control what the ref is doing.
Exactly, but if I want to punch the ref in they shit, it's better for me to walk off.
Paige.
But you're not even gonna get. But that's the thing. If I'm that mad, I'm not gonna give you a sincere dap up though. I'm not gonna give you a sincere congratulations. I might as well walk off and say get my frustration,
okay.
Bro. We lost to Fitch my senior year in football. The one time I lost to Fitch in football was my senior year, bro. It was a muddy game, and it was honestly, bro. Shout out to them for winning, dog. When I say I didn't, I dapped up like we were supposed to for our things, and then, bro, I didn't say shit to nobody. And when I got to the locker room, dog, my helmet went flying. I lost my shit when I got to the locker room. You think I wanted to talk to somebody? Another game. Fast forward. My senior year. We're first round of states. Jig is injured, so we have an all-state player that is injured and not able to play at all. And our game comes down to the wire, and it's the same thing pretty much too. So we have a call that's a questionable call. Our guy Kyle McKinnon tries to go and put the ball over the pylon, and he knocks over the pylon, and the ball ends up on this side of it though. So they said the ball didn't cross the plane, but at first sight we see the pylon get knocked down, so it looks like it's supposed to be a touchdown.
Yeah,
bro, we lost the game, and then another worst part about that that ensuing play, that play was decided whether to give Kyle the ball or whether to give me the ball. it was either give Kyle the ball or give me the ball. I scored a touchdown, and then I had gotten a 2-point conversion to be able to make us down, to put us in contention. And then the play we had just scored, and we was about to go for a 2-point conversion again. It was either to give Kyle the ball or give me the ball. I thought that we should have gave me the ball because of the way the drive was going. We were giving Kyle the ball most of the game, and I was the hot hand at the point. I felt like we should have gave me the ball, but Kyle's been our bread and butter all year, and for the last 3 years, honestly. So they gave Kyle the ball. Well, he didn't get it, and again, this is not his fault. It's just the way the play went. But we didn't get the play, and then I felt like it was a bad call by the ref. I didn't get the ball, so I felt like I should have gotten the ball. Dog, I lost my shit on the field.
Okay.
Right after that game, I lost my shit on the field. I had to have a coach pull me, and shout out Coach Roman, because it was Coach Roman that pulled me. You can ask him, bro. I lost my shit after that game, bro. On the coaches, bro, all that shit. Because I told him I felt like they should have gave me the ball, bro. You knew what it was. So, lost my shit. Coach Roman grabbed me by the back of my shit and was like, yo, you need to get your All-State votes. You need to get – who the is going to vote for you for All-State if you're sitting there acting like a freaking maniac on the field after you lose? And I freaking got my shit, picked it up, and then I just went to the locker room and didn't say shit. And then after, I bottled up, let all my anger out, dog, and then the Norwich Bulletin comes into our locker room for an interview. And I'm the person they interviewed. And I gave a solidified interview, and I gave a more than upfront interview, and I told them exactly what happened. Yeah, we had a game close. It was a questionable call, but hey, the game goes either way or so. And I wouldn't have been able to give that interview right after the game, though.
Okay,
I promise you, I wouldn't.
No, the interview part, cool. But the first game you already said what I needed you to say. I don't know what you said the second game. You said you went in and did the lineup and dapped everybody up.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Then you walked off and lost your shit. That's cool. I'm cool with that. You still was able to.
No, I lost my shit before.
No, the second game you said you lost your shit.
Yeah, the second game I definitely lost. But the second game was more comparable to the Paige thing. The second game was more comparable to the Paige thing.
You lost out on $200,000, but yeah. So
yeah,
I get it. But all I'm trying to say is just cool. I'm out. Like I don't know. I'm just getting on it for that part. That's it.
Yeah,
because that's not on Chelsea Gray for that one.
It's not on her. Just like it wasn't on the other team for us losing.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
That wasn't their fault.
So you
and I still gave congratulations. I said
I gotta congratulate you on that.
Facts, but you can give a sincere once you've gotten your emotions out. Give people a sec. Yo, they're still people. Give them a second. Give them a second to get their emotions out, dog. Yeah. Like that's my thing. So after,
it's a hard thing to do.
Congratulated after, and after in that interview. After I got all my emotions out, after my coach checked me and shit, I'm like, yo, we played one of the best quarterbacks in the state. We played one of the best quarterbacks in the state, one of the best receivers in the state. They were both ended up being all-state quarterbacks, all-state receivers. And then I gave my teammates shout-outs. And then I gave a shout-out to like, dog, I was able to give a good interview after and be able to give a sound interview because I let my emotions out before.
And that's a great lesson for definitely for young players what he's speaking about. What he's speaking about, yo, give yourself time. Don't just rush to judgment. Don't you know what I'm saying? And shout out to the reporters because they could have been asking for right now. I need it right now. Shout out to the reporters who waited a while and give their reporters. I mean, give your interview. But that's a great lesson to be taught right there. So shout out to you for readjusting yourself. So definitely.
Shout out to Coach Roman. Shout out to Coach Roman for being mindful and making sure.
My man did this to you?
Yo. He ain't living, but he just grabbed me back here and was just like, yo, you got to get your All-State votes, dog. Like, who's going to vote for you for All-State if you're sitting here losing your mind, dog, after a loss? And I'm just like, yo, I know. He's like, yo, I know. Like, dog, that shit messed me up so bad. And again, shout out Coach Morgan. Shout out Mike Morgan, the Ledger coach. He was my football coach at the time, one of the reasons that helped me go All-State. Dog, I left school. I left school that day. I was in school, in class, bro. And then I'm sitting there, bro. I was depressed all day and not doing nothing, dog. Not doing no work, no nothing. I'm an A student, dog. Sitting there not doing nothing in class. So I get into my English class, Teacher's like, hey, what's wrong? Blah blah. The classmates are like, Miss, he's upset he lost, Miss. Just give him a day, yo. He'll get back to doing his work. Just give him a day. And she's just like, oh, sometimes you lose. Dog, shout out Miss Cook, yo. Shout out Miss Cook.
I'm not trying to hear none of that shit.
Dog,
right, yo,
she was like, sometimes you're losing it. Bro, I left. They started calling on the walkie. Fields is missing. He's out of the room. Somebody go get him. I see him, Coach Morgan, come out and walk over to me while I'm sitting on the bleacher of the football field, dog, and I just broke down, bro.
You walked to the bleachers?
Yeah.
Out of school?
Walked out of school, walked to the bleachers. That's what, that shit hurt. That shit hurt. So, yeah, shout out Coach Morgan, because he even talked me down and just talked about, like, the fact that there's a future, man, and when you do all that you can, it's supposed to hurt, but you laid it all out there. So 1,000%. It's not like you have anything to regret because you laid all that shit out there.
1,000%.
So shout out Coach Mike, shout out Coach Morgan for talking me through that. Shout out Coach Roman for talking me through that. Like, I could have easily went and just like blamed a whole bunch of people for that shit and made it seem like motherfuckers fucked up my senior year, and they helped me not do that.
That's great, man. That's what I'm saying, community right there. And that's growing pains right there. That's definitely some fucking growing pains. Because that shit must have hurt. That shit must have hurt. You know what's crazy? I was around and I didn't know none of this shit. That's crazy part. I'm just be in the wind.
Just be moving.
I just be in the wind, son.
All right, Joe. We got last thing for the day. We'll do contenders. Contenders midway point. Who you got for contenders from the East and the West midway point?
You know, fuck. No,
I know who you got winning.
No disrespect. I ain't mean to. Yo, why are the reporters so big on fucking the Knicks right now? Y'all gotta come fucking see us Thursday night.
I think the reporters are big on the Knicks because they be waiting for that fall off. Like once a team starts going big, and then everybody's like, "Oh, well, they just lost to the Pistons twice. Why y'all so big on them?" And then they gonna win.
They hanging on the fact that they feel like there's no Celtics, which they having a problem with the Celtics. Celtics is number 2.
The Celtics is number 2, so you cannot say there's no Celtics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying you can't say that, but yeah.
They feel like Philly's still in. I mean, Philly's gone and everything else. And no disrespect to any other teams. They not even trying to even mention the Pistons right now, which is disrespectful. So it's cool. It's cool. Dude, please don't pick us. Please don't pick us. The Pistons wants the Knicks. They want the Knicks in the playoffs. They want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Y'all gonna have to come see us. That's it.
What?
That's it.
So what's that?
I'm picking the Knicks.
What's that series look like? You picking the Knicks to win this next game?
I mean, I'm picking the Pistons
to win in this next game.
Oh hell no!
Just in the series?
We've been busting their ass. The hell? Man, busting like we talk about busting their ass.
So you guys are the contenders. You're picking out.
I feel
the
like
East?
I feel like and everybody. Oh, you haven't played nobody. It's the fucking NBA. You play everybody. You fucking play everybody. And I think we're the number 1 team in the league right now.
Depending on
we're the number 1 team in the league right now.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. If Tatum comes back this season, I'm still with Boston. Because they're talking about Tatum's in practice right now.
Yeah.
He's running threes right now.
Yeah.
So if he comes back at any time, I'm with Boston.
I'm scared of Boston.
Yeah.
Because it's been close without
But
Tatum.
you guys are still a contender, though. You guys in Boston are the biggest contenders I see. And honestly, the Cavs got better with James Harden. The Cavs got better with James Harden.
I don't trust James Harden in the playoffs.
Me neither, but James Harden don't got to be the scorer, though. That's the thing about this situation. With this situation for the Cavs, if he lets Mitchell be the scorer, because James Harden really throws dimes. I think people overlook that just because he gets buckets. But James Harden throws dimes, and he creates so much of attention when he gets into the middle that he can find you open. So I think that might work out well for Donovan Mitchell. So I think the Cavs are a contender. I think the Pistons are a contender, and I think the Celtics are a contender upon Tatum's return. I do not like the Knicks.
I do not
like the Knicks.
And the goes to the Brunson.
But I think the Knicks are one of those teams that could possibly be selfish during the regular season and turn it on to be a different team in the playoffs because they have experience now. I feel like if it was that bad of a situation and nobody wanted to be there, they would leave. But also, could this be like the Knicks team that had Melo and Amari Stoudemire? So much talent, but also you have people that do what they want to do.
I just don't see them. I don't see where the Knicks will win.
I think they.
I don't think they could get past Boston even with them without Tatum. And I think Detroit is still a team. I mean, they keep saying we're young, we don't have the experience. Who's there behind? Cunningham. I don't see nobody beating us in the East besides Celtics.
I think the Cavs could beat y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Nah.
The Cavs' big problem was Darius Garland was inconsistently and always hurt.
Donovan Mitchell and Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. Who the fuck are they guarding?
They can guard. First of all, when they can force people into their bigs. That's one thing the Cavs can do. The Cavs got some bigs.
That's the only thing I respect.
So, but that's the thing though. If you have two guards and you can just force them into your big.
What's a big to Cunningham, who's fucking strong as hell? To Durant, who's strong.
You said what's a big to Cunningham?
Yes,
they're still a big.
You have to come out there to that mid range.
Okay, and I'm still tall. Yo, their bigs are all tall and athletic.
I can see if you got a short, short point guard.
Bro, they're all tall and athletic.
Yes,
they're not just
Mobley
I was about to say they're not just no towers just standing there like Rudy Gobert.
Yeah,
they're all tall and athletic.
I love their bigs.
Yeah, me too.
I love their bigs.
That's why I feel like they can bail out James Harden and Donovan Mitchell enough.
And mind you, I love Donovan Mitchell, but he got to account for offense.
I like this Cavs team, bro. I do like this. I like that trade, man.
I don't think so.
I like that trade a lot for them.
My thing is, I think Durant is coming into his own, where he's turned into a buck. He's a walking double-double, 20, 10 a night. You know what I'm saying? I think he's coming into his own. Tobias Harris.
That's your boy.
Yo.
That's your boy.
Hollins is doing good. LeVert, I think he's going to be a big part of what we got going forward since we didn't trade him or anything. I'm mad at the fact that we traded Ivy, but it is what it is. But I don't see any contenders in the East besides Celtics. Cleveland is close, but I still think we beat them.
Mm.
I think who I'm scared of is the Celtics. That's it. I ain't scared of nobody else. But in the West, what you think?
In the West, I like LA. You know me. I like LA.
Which LA?
I like the I don't like the Clippers trade. I don't like the Clippers trade for Garland if he's not going to be healthy. But also, is this the year where Garland and Kawhi are magically healthy for the rest of the year at the same time? Who knows? I don't like I don't like them because I don't like the Clippers because Garland's not healthy. But I like Garland a lot. I like his game, and I've loved his game for a very long time. He's so fast, and I feel like he can get by anybody. And once he gets by somebody, he draws, and then he kicks. Somebody's going to be open. But
he's one of the LA Clippers, one of the strongest teams.
Mm-hmm. I like
10, they tied with everybody for. No, they're second because San Antonio got 82 with the last 10. But they're up next with 6-4, and they tied with a few teams. But the
LA team I was talking about, I like the Lakers. I still think the Lakers, even with all their turmoil, I feel like they have a good team, and I feel like they have a good chance to be able to win. They're still a hard team to match up against with LeBron and Luka on the same team offensively. I don't care what y'all say about LeBron. He's still efficient, and he's still doing what he got to do. But Luka is getting still, honestly, one of the most prolific scorers in the league, but they're a contender upon Luka playing defense. And again, that's always a big if, like one of the biggest ifs in the league. But yeah, if Luka plays defense, I like the Lakers, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. But also OKC, the Spurs have been giving them trouble, but Wemby's not always healthy. But contenders on the West side, I got the Spurs, I got OKC, and I got the Lakers and Denver. Denver definitely. I like Flea's analysis for Denver and his breakdown for Denver. I like this even. Honestly, I like Denver because of 2K. I said this like even when I was playing 2K, and then my player is on Denver. So we had Jokic and then Valanciunas coming off the bench. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. And it was working very well. So I'm like, yo, I completely agree with Flea's sentiment on that. So I like Denver a lot. I am
going to defer to San Antonio Spurs.
You like the Spurs, number one? Okay.
The reason why I say Spurs is because this team is clicking without Wemby. Because Wemby's, he had the blood clot.
In and out.
He's in and out, so they're clicking without him. So just imagine a team clicking and then a person who's an up-and-coming star just being added in, because he was coming off the bench or something, like, saying he's still getting a decent amount of minutes, but he's still coming off the bench some games, to whereas they doing what they doing. So I got to give it to the Spurs. If they healthy, Spurs.
Cool. I like that. I do like the Spurs. I do like the Spurs as well.
I think Wemby is really trying to take over the game.
All right. That'll conclude our basketball and sports talk for the day. Do we have any advice for the Jits?
I got advice for
real quick.
Okay.
The Ray Nexus. The market is down. Shit is going crazy. Mad stuff is happening in sports. A lot of stuff is happening in music. A lot of stuff is happening with the Epstein files and all this stuff. The market is down. The market is down. That's all I'm going to say. That is my sentiment. Microsoft is at a 52-week low. And that shit is low. Just letting y'all know. That is the Ray Nexus for the day. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your research and seek out a financial professional if necessary for yourself. But please do your research. And this is not financial advice. Any advice for the Jits today? Cool. We go back. We got another day off tomorrow. We go back to work on Wednesday. We're shooting on Monday right now.
This is just for life and anybody. Remember I said I couldn't think of the word that the sentence that I was talking about earlier? Be intentional with your actions. Be vulnerable a little bit. So at the beginning of this year, like we said, we've been doing the podcast for a while. I would say, to be honest with you, I was 70% in, 30% out. Because it's just like, all right, this is a lot. I got mad stuff going on. I'm giving it 70%. That's what I have in me. But at the beginning of this year, I told myself, I said, yo, let me see what 100% gets me. And when I tell you, and I said I'm gonna need signs, because I need signs. For me to go forward, I need signs. When I tell you we went nuts, and we're still going nuts. We're like, as far as like subscribers, and thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you.
As far as everything that's going on, and I told myself, you know what? Now I need to be more intentional with my actions. Asking for interviews or asking for people if they want to come on the platform. That adds to the platform. Not that, say, yeah, let's just get you on. That add to what the stuff that we speak about. So going forward, that's what I want to do, be more intentional with my actions. If this is for you, not only, you should pray about it, but you got to put in work with it. You got to. So how you going to come out of something if you're not even actually putting in work? You can't just be giving it. So you got to work hard for it. So I would say be intentional with your actions. That's mine.
Smooth. My advice for the Jits today: listen to your parents. Listen to your parents, and if you do got a dad, dog, you got dad in the household, dad in your life. Listen to your father, and don't make it seem like anybody else is better than the father you got, or like the people that you see just because you got a cell phone and shit, and you see all these people doing all this or doing all this stuff on social media, and don't make it seem like people are better than your father. You don't know your father's sacrifice. You don't know what your father had to go through to be able to get to where they were at that point. Please just give your father's grace and just don't make it seem like anybody's better than your father. That's one thing that'll crush your father, whether they tell you or they don't. Give your father some grace and show your father some love, especially if he's there for you and is always there for you. Everything's not like monetary, and shoot, it's definitely monetary if they're supporting you and like making sure you good and stuff, making sure you got the clothes you want, making sure you fed every day, making sure that you're always safe. Like there's a lot that goes into it. So shout out the fathers and make sure that y'all make sure y'all recognize y'all fathers, yo. They solid. And the people that's on these phones, the people that y'all see on social media and stuff, you don't know their real lives.
Facade.
You don't know if they really take care of their kids and shit. You don't know what's going on, bro. So make sure
Facade.
you appreciate the ones that are in your life. All right. That's gonna be me for the day. And then, all right, y'all. I think we running through the episode. That was a smooth one. Thank you to everybody who likes, shares, and subscribes. Please continue to do so. We greatly appreciate it.
Check out our audio too.
Check out audio too. We got listeners in Germany and all these other places now.
Hong Kong,
it's
you know
nice.
what I'm saying? Yeah. As we say, man.
When in
this
doubt,
stuff ain't local.
Oh yeah, no.
My bad. Yeah,
that, honestly, that's gonna be another one. We got a couple slogans loaded for y'all. We got when in doubt, keep it a bug, and then that's gonna be another one. We not local. All right, y'all, man. When in doubt,
keep it a buck, baby.